Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, in all its forms, hatred remains a formidable adversary to peace and progress. Today I stand before you as an advocate for change and a believer in our collective capacity to overcome the divisive forces of hatred. Nevertheless, it is with a solemn attitude that I stand before you today, because Hamas kidnapped more than 240 of my Jewish brothers and sisters, babies, children, women, older people, and people with disabilities from the happiness of their homes, and they are now held hostage. It is with solemn attitude that I stand before Holocaust survivors like James Rosenberg, Sammy Steigman, Sally Frischberg, who are seeing once again and experiencing what the Nazis did to their families back in the 1940s. It is with solemnness in my heart that I, Bill Tinglin, an African American from Brooklyn, New York, visited Bogdanovka, Ukraine, and stood at that blood-soaked ground where more than 54,600 Jews were massacred, many burned alive and shot and tortured in less than 14 days. And now to see that Jew hatred is still rampant. Why does the heart of man remain so desperately wicked against the Jewish people? And if so many people are trying to remove the Jewish people from the face of the earth, should the Jewish people not defend themselves? Should they not safeguard and defend their family? Should they not defend their homeland? When terrorists stormed into southern Israel and killed more than 1,000 people on October 7th, Samuel Bykov, who is sitting among us, flashed back to the horrors of the 1940s. He shared with me his thoughts about the mothers and fathers and babies killed in the Holocaust, where in his community of Odessa, Ukraine, thousands of Jews were rounded up and taken to the concentration camp in Bogdanovka and slaughtered like brute beasts. The terror attack in southern Israel has evoked agonizing memories for many people around the world, including many Holocaust survivors sitting in this audience. World leaders like Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and President Joe Biden have explicitly parallels between the October 7th assault and the Holocaust, when the Nazis' reign annihilated 6 million Jews. And I, Bill Tinglin, can draw explicit parallel encounters in Bogdanovka and Babi Yar, where together I mourned the more than 80,000 Jews who were massacred in less than 2 weeks before the Russian declared war against the people of Ukraine in February 24th, 2022. Samuel took me to his village and the concentration camp, where he and his family were kidnapped and taken to their potential death. It was there I experienced vicariously the horrors of what many Holocaust survivors and their families experience. Hamas is a terrorist organization, and President Biden described it as a group whose primary purpose is to kill Jews. In the eyes of many Jewish people, the Holocaust has long been seen as a singular evil without a precise modern equivalent. But in the wake of the surprise Hamas assault, some have felt moved to compare Hamas violence to the Nazi genocide. In responding to Hamas attack, Some world leaders have directly connected the past to the present in stark terms. They are speaking to the same or the sense of a trauma felt by many Jewish people around the world. President Biden has mourned what he called the deadliest day for Jews since the Holocaust and decreed that Hamas assault as barbarism, that is, consequentially as of the Holocaust. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu equalized the killings, a music festival to the Babi Yar massacre of 1941, where more than 33,000 Jews were killed in 2 days in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. I understand on a personal level the harrowing echoes that Hamas massacre carry for Israel Jews. Indeed, for Jews everywhere, says Secretary of State Antony Blinken, said during the visit to Israel on October 12th. In prepared remarks, Blinken referred to his stepfather, Samuel Piskar, who survived internment at Auschwitz and also at Dachau concentration camp. It is important to understand that many of the people in Israel who were murdered and many of those who were taken hostage are the grandchildren and great-grandchildren of Holocaust survivors. Nevertheless, our declaration of peace remains at the forefront. And as of a people who share law, justice, and peace, we must work towards and work together for the common good of all humanity. Education plays a pivotal role. Our gratitude goes out to Dr. Claudia Schrader, the president of Kingsborough Community College, who under her leadership significantly educates thousands of students each year about the value of diversity, the richness of different cultures, and inclusivity. We can erode the foundation of hatred by fostering a culture of understanding and acceptance. But stopping hatred requires more than understanding and more than education. It demands action. Action. I'm asking you to confront discrimination and injustice actively wherever it exists. Silence in the face of hatred only serves to perpetrate it. You must stand up against bigotry, racism, xenophobia, and all forms of intolerance. Promoting dialogue and peaceful conflict resolution is paramount. Holocaust survivors, educators, community leaders, the likes of the Mark Appel, the president of the Bridge Multicultural Center here in Brooklyn, are having meaningful conversation with others, conducting seminars, bridging divides, and building bridges between communities. Lastly, let us lead by example. Our actions and words hold immense power. By demonstrating kindness and tolerance and compassion in our daily interaction, we inspire others to follow suit. In closing, stop hatred is not easy. Stopping hatred is not easy, but it's essential. Let us commit ourselves to creating a world where understanding triumphs over ignorance, unity prevails over division, and love eclipses hatred. Together, through our collective efforts, we can sow the seeds of a more harmonious and compassionate society for generations to come. Thank you. I ask of you to please let us have a moment of silence to honor those who have fallen in Israel. Please stand. Thank you. You may be seated.